Hey guys, today I'm checking out an app called Adalo. Adalo is a no-code app builder that supposedly helps you or makes it easy for you to create native mobile applications both for Android and iOS. And in their video, it actually said that they do deploy a web app as well. So in any case, I wanted to check this out today and see what functionality was available and what sorts of applications I would be able to build. I'm currently on their marketing page at the moment, and you can kind of see some of the things that people have built. I just watched their intro video, and they talked about having e-commerce features or checkout. It seems like you can have a database that connects with other applications if you want to have suppose you have a marketplace application and you want to have a consumer facing app versus like a supply facing app. Um, so in any case, I wanted to try this out today and check it out. I have a project in mind that I wanted to start playing with, which is basically during this whole quarantine thing, I've been cooking a whole lot, and I wanted a simple mobile app that I could use to collect all of the recipes that I really like and share those with friends. So that's kind of the idea that I'll have in mind as I look through this product. So if we go over onto this tab, I've already created an account and this is their onboarding process. So what kind of app do you want to make? We'll go ahead and click on native mobile app, hit next, and see what we've got here. Okay, so we've got templates, directory, appointments, coaching, ordering, to-do list, and chat. Okay, directory might be a good fit, but actually, let's go ahead and do the directory and just see what it looks like. Hit next. My new app. What advanced options do we have? How do you want to set up your data? Create new database. Okay, let's do create. Okay, it looks like this is the editor, and we're going to go through a quick onboarding, add components to your app, use the plus button to add text, lists, images, buttons, forms, more to screens in your app. Okay, so basically it looks like we use that as our element library, and we drop things into this canvas over on the right side, from what it seems like. Customize colors. Set your app's primary and secondary colors to match your brand. Customize text and background colors as well. Okay, so that's just colors for styling. List of layers. See an outline view of all the screens and components in your app. Okay. Manage your database. Create new collections and properties. View and manage user-generated data. Add and import preset data. Okay. App settings, change the app name, set the app icon, invite team members, in case of emergencies, delete the app. All right. Go for launch. When your app's all set, head here to publish your app to the web and or app stores. That's pretty cool. So you can actually, it seems like you can actually deploy it to the app stores from this application, from Adalo. See your app in action. Once you've got a few screens put together, run your app on the web to see everything working as you're building. Okay, cool preview mode. Edit your profile, team, and payment info. All right. Everything you need to know to get started with Adalo. So I'm going to pause this video real quick while I watch that video. Okay, I just watched the video. That was pretty cool. Basically, I learned about components, data, and actions. Those are the three things I'm trying to recall. Basically, components are the things that you pull in. The data is where things can actually get saved in like a backend database, and then actions is actually what actions you want to do when you like say click on a button. So an action, for example, can be go to this other screen and populate the screen with this data, or it can be like create a new piece of data in the database. Say you're creating a new trip or something. So let's go ahead. Okay, cool. We've got this application. Okay, so here are all the different screens. And then let's look at let's move this over a little bit. Let's hide that. And let's see what we've got going on. I am curious. So these are all the screens. with the elements. So let's try to create a new screen. Add screen. Okay, so here are different types of screens that we can add. It can be completely blank. It can be with an app bar. You can have a form, bottom tabs. What are the other options we've got? Okay, so we've got a bunch of preset screens. So why don't we just start out with a very basic one? Click it. Test screen. So this just has the normal nav bar on top. Okay, here's test screen. So it looks like this was already styled. Let's see. Okay, there you go, primary color. Got it. So these colors persist across the screens. That's neat. And let's drop in some components. So let's see. Let's say we have a list. Card list, maybe, is what I want. Okay. Keep wanting to drag. I'm not actually sure if I'm supposed to drag or just click on it. And let's put this in here. Okay, cool. What is this a list of? Users, dates, categories. Okay, so this is where I would have to create my my collections. So let's see, database, users, dates. Okay, let's see what else they've got going on here. Let's go ahead and click on the preview of this app and see what's happening. Let's sign up. Arlo reviews software at test.com. Just a simple password. Skip that stuff for now. Save profile. What vibe are you going for? Okay, let's say adventurous. Okay, view details of this balloon race. Okay, favorite. Okay, and then we'll go back and we can see our favorites, types of dates. Oops. Cool. Okay. And then we can create a date. Let's do one in adventures as well. Call it mountain biking. Mountain biking images. Find something real quick. Let's see if I can just grab that. Oh, that is not what I wanted. Let's get an image. Search settings. Forget how to actually filter for just PNGs. Okay, let's just not mess around with this. I'll just skip the photo then. Let's just say this is in Denver, Colorado. Go on a mountain biking trip with your significant other. Pro tip, bring a water bottle. Create date. Let's just get rid of that Google Images part. Let's see if we can just call this mountain biking 2. And so, let's see if I can just drop that in. Mountain biking too. Come on. All right, let's create date. See all dates. What Bob are you going for? Let's see if it's in here, adventures. There we go. It's in there, mountain biking. I can favorite this thing. Cool. So I can go back, and then if I click on favorites, then here we go. So favorites should just be pulling. Well, let's check out the data and see how they have this set up. Okay, so we've got dates here, records, dates. So these are all the fields, name, date, image. These are all the things that I filled out. Created by, favorited by. Okay. And then categories, are those high level categories? Okay. That makes sense. So I wonder, let's go to the, let's see what else we got here. Publish. Screens. Okay. That's kind of neat. I can, because that was, it was going to be a pain to try to find all the screens that I want. So let's go to screens. What I really want to see right now is what does the create date action look like? So let's go to that create date screen. I was actually hoping that it would just navigate me over to that screen. Don't know what just happened. All right, let's go back there. Let's click on create date, add new date idea, cancel, form. Okay, let's check on actions or available data. I don't think there should be any data. Okay, doesn't seem like there's any linked data. Actions, when a user visits the screen, app bar, shape, cancel, form. What do you want the form to do? Create new date, fields, submit button. Here we go, create date. Clicking the submit form on the, clicking the submit button on the form will create the date. Okay, but how do I even? Okay, so when I click the submit button, it'll create the date and then it'll link to the congrats page, I think. No, the congrats page is a separate page. Let's see if I can find these pages here. So, congrats. Okay. Okay, let's go look, let's zoom in on this. I'm just using the zoom in on my browser. Doing Alt plus, Command plus, I guess, on Mac. So I've got, okay, so here's the, here, add new date idea, fill all this in, create date, and then it'll go here once it's done. Okay, let's go back to that and see what it looks like. So congrats, then you would have this action here, see all dates. Actions, when a user visits the screen. Okay, so I guess that action would just happen when the screen is loaded. Available data. And components. Group 6. Button. See all dates. Link date categories. And this would go to the date categories page. So let's see what that looks like on the screen here. Date categories. Okay, so if I go to the date categories, then this should be loading data from the categories data here. Okay, So let's go on date categories. In terms of available data, it should be connected. Okay, I'm not sure what that's about. Request notification permission. Okay. Components. Maybe it should be in the list then. Categories. Okay, so it pulls all the categories from there. Okay. All right, so okay, I'm gonna have to spend a little bit more time here getting a sense for how this stuff works and how it can connect everything. But I think, like the video said, actually, you have, well, in this case, you have screens, you have components that you can put onto those screens, and then you have data, so these are, let's go through this. These are the components, these are the screens. So you start with a screen, then you add your components to the screens, and then you you can create your data with whatever fields you need. And then you basically need to create actions beyond that. Oh, that's the one thing I didn't get to check out yet. What does it look like to create an action? So let's go back to maybe creating a date and create date and go through that create action flow. So let's click on the form. Let's go to the submit button and then let's create another action and see what that looks like. Okay, link. All right, so you have different action types. So you have a link, which will go to another page. We'll create a new thing, update a thing, delete a thing, notifications, trigger notifications, more. Okay, very cool. So I guess at each page, you think about this on a screen kind of basis. On each screen, what does this do? Like, you have actions when you load the screen initially. Here. I'm not quite sure what this available data is. No link data, like a screen to add data. I'm not quite sure what happens here because I do know that like within the components, you can actually, like if it's a list, you can actually pull in the data there. So I'm not sure what the available data is. I'll have to look into that. In terms of components, we've got add new, let's see what the screen looks like. Add new date idea, okay. Cool, so let's just match this. You've got text, and then you've got a cancel button. You can hide that if you want. I wonder if you can drag and drop these things. Let's put the cancel button there. So it was kind of funny that the text was above the cancel button, even though visually the cancel button is above it here. Wonder what that's about. So clicking here, it's just text, okay. And then here, it's also just text. So I'm not sure, maybe they just lay it out and maybe this doesn't actually have anything to do with, maybe the order here doesn't actually have anything to do with the way it's displayed on the screen. So then you have the form, and the form is its own type of thing with, I say, which data collection, what do you want the form to do, create new date, got all these fields, and then when you submit a button. Okay, so form seems like it has its own actions associated with it. And then let's see what else we've got here. App bar, yeah. So app bar should be the thing on top. We can hide that. So yeah, the order doesn't really matter over here on this left side for components. And section, that's just a background color. Cool. Looks pretty good. It's pretty easy to play around with. They've got documentation over here. So I'm curious now what and create date. What's this available data? Let's test out their documentation. Available data. Okay, I don't quite see it here. In any case, it probably takes a little bit more time to kind of dig through this application, but it seems pretty powerful so far. I mean, you've got the whole CRUD application features of creating a piece of data, reading a piece of data, but pulling it into a list and showing it in a view, updating data and deleting data. You have all these different screens, you have all these components, and you can basically connect screens as much as you like, and you can even connect screens with data. So it seems powerful. I think I would like to try building out my recipe app using this tool, and I think they could probably handle it. So that's my unboxing for Adalo today. Hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions or want to leave any comments or let me know what other apps you want for me to unbox, let me know in the comments. All right, thanks guys.